What's up guys, konnichiwa, Ryan here, and in this video we are continuing on with our Japanese 101 series with must-know colloquial phrases and some other stuff. Make sure to watch to the end because I may just throw in some bonuses that I didn't initially think of but is related to the topics that I had in mind for today. Alright, 早速行きましょう. Let's get going to the first phrase. そうです. そうです means that is so. So for example, Totoro can ask me, "Are you a teacher? Sensei desu ka?" I would just say, "So desu. Sensei desu." Like, that is so. I am a teacher. So pretty much if anyone's asking you a question and you just want to say, "Yeah, that's right," then you can just say, "Hai, so desu." Another variant of this phrase could be, "So desu ne." So the word ne can be added on to pretty much anything, and it means like, yeah, or right. It's like a yeah type of statement that you can just add it onto anything. So if someone's making a statement, it could really be anything, any sort of statement, any sort of question. You can just say "so desu" or "so desu ne," like yeah. So for example, if I want to say it's difficult, right? I'll just say 難しいですね. So another variant of this could be そうですか, which means is that so? If you were to ever say is that so in English, it's the exact same thing in Japanese. Like for example, Totoro can say トトロは先生です. あ、そうですか? Like, oh really? Is that so? It's just one of those phrases that you just throw in that it doesn't really mean anything, but it's just like, oh yeah, really, you know, great. あ、そうですか? あ、そうですか? But anyway, another example could be like if somebody sees snow for the first time and they're like, 雪初めて見ました. あ、そうですか? It's not necessarily dismissive, but it's just one of those phrases that you throw in. Just go watch some Japanese anime or Japanese TV, listen to the radio, watch some dramas, and I guarantee you will hear that phrase at some point or the other. Okay, phrase 2. 違います, which means different, or can often be thought of as no. This is a very important thing to remember. Although in Japanese we have the words yes and no, はい and いいえ, when saying no to somebody, we don't actually ever really use the word no or いいえ. We say more often than not 違います. So the lesson behind this phrase is that in Japan, Japanese people are just not very straightforward when talking to you, especially when it's something that could have a negative connotation. Which is why when you say no or いいえ, it sounds a little harsh and people might get their feelings hurt. So rather than saying that, they'll just say 違います. In Japan, most people aren't completely straightforward and don't exactly mean what they say all the time. In other words, they're quite ambiguous. Not sarcastic though, because sarcasm is too easy to understand. In Japanese, you want to kind of be low-key, beat around the bush, not exactly say what you mean, and just be discreet about being negative, potentially. Ninjas! That is the word I'm looking for. Japanese people are ninjas when it comes to using potentially negative words. In other words, just be careful not to be too straightforward when saying something that could be potentially negative. But anyway, getting back to this phrase, instead of saying no or いいえ, we say 違います or that's different, or just a lighter way of saying no. Alright, moving on to phrase number 3. なるほど. なるほど means I see. And you use it the exact same way as you were to say the words I see in English. So for example, if anybody is ever explaining anything to you, and if you get what they're saying, you can just nod your head and say, ah, なるほど. Other variations could be なるほどですね or なるほどね, which means the exact same thing but just different levels of formality. Don't worry, we'll be learning more about formal and informal speech in a few videos to come. So again, なるほど is I see or I get it or oh, I understand. You know, that kind of phrase feeling. Phrase number 4. 本当. 本当 means really / truly / truth. All just kind of depending on how you use it. So for example, if anyone is saying anything and you want to say, oh really? You can say, oh, 本当. In this example, you can kind of think of it as あ、そうですか. Like, oh, is that so? oh, honto. But if someone is saying something really amazing, you could just change the way you say it and be like, oh, honto? Hontoni? If you want to say, I really / truly want to do something, or I'm really honestly gonna do something, you would just add ni after honto, and then just say whatever you're gonna say. So for example, I can say, I'm really going. Honto ni ikimasu. Or I'm really going to do my homework. Honto ni shukudai o shimasu. I'm really gonna do my homework. Or if I want to convince you that I really did do my homework, I can say, Honto ni shukudai o shimashita. I really did do my homework. If I really want to go to Disneyland, I can say, Honto ni Disneyland ni ikitai desu. Really, I want to go to Disneyland. Or, really, Disneyland, I want to go. Which leads me to my next point, and that is yo. Yo is really just an exclamation point, or a way that we can really emphasize what we're saying, and you just put it at the end of whatever you're saying. So it's also kind of like hontoni, but like towards the end and easier to use, I guess. So for example, I'm going to eat. Like seriously, I'm gonna eat is like tabemasu yo. Tabemasu yo. Like I'm going, ikimasu yo, or I'm going to quit. Yamemasu yo. Get it? So yo, you literally can, like literally, no rules. It's just yo after anything and everything, and it's like a more serious type of phrase. Alright, moving on. Phrase number 6. Desho? Desho can also be added on to anything, and it becomes like a question mark, like, right? Not a full question mark, but like, right? Question mark. So for example, I can say, like, these are AirPods, right? AirPod desho? These are glasses, right? Megane desho? This is Totoro, right? Totoro desho? Ya, shigaimasu. Totoro ja arimasen. Totoro is actually gray. My Totoro is blue. Are they all called Totoros, or is just the gray one called Totoro? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so desho can also be added on to everything. If you want to add desho onto verbs, the verbs need to be spoken in the casual way, the casual conjugation first, and then add desho. I understand if we didn't learn that yet, we will be getting to that in probably the next video, so hang tight. We will learn how to conjugate verbs casually. That way we can add desho to it. I.e., I don't think you can add desho onto like formal speech, which is mas, mashita, masen, masen deshita. Like ikimasu desho. It sounds kind of odd. I wouldn't say that myself. Like nomimasu desho. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say nomu desho. Like nomu desho. It's the casual conjugation of the verb plus desho. So just keep that in mind for now. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to this in the next episode, I promise. So again, desho means right? Atsui desho? It's hot, right? Samui desho? It's cold, right? Muzukashii desho? It's difficult, right? Alright, and the last phrase we are going to talk about in this video is masho. You probably heard this before. It's a very common verb conjugation, and it just means let's. To use masho, it's super simple. All you say is a verb stem plus masho. So, to go is ikimasu. Iki is the stem, mas is the ending. So we just say ikimasho, and that's let's go. Tabemasu. Tabe is the stem, mas is the ending. So we say tabemashou. Let's eat. Nomimasu. Nomimasu. Nomimashou. Let's drink. Yomimasu. Yomimashou. Let's read. Shimasu. Shimashou. Shimashou. Let's do. For example, see? Super simple, super easy. That is masho. Alright guys, so that's gonna be all for this video. If you found it useful by any means, I hope it was useful. I hope I didn't get too off topic and confusing. But if you found it useful by any means, please feel free to give Totoro a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to learn more Japanese. And turn on the notification bell if you have any questions or comments. Please let me know down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. ありがとうございます。また次の動画でお会いしましょう。じゃあ、またね。